Shantihi. Swami, we are concluding Vidya Vahini today. Swami, we have completed all the chapters of Vidya Vahini. Today we will be having a conclusion session. Please be with us. Please speak through us. Please listen through us. Our humble salutations at your lotus feet, Swami. Sairam. Sairam, brothers and sisters. Thank you very much for joining Vahini Swadhyaya. Today we will be having the conclusion session. We have started our Vidya Vahini on 10th December. So far we have completed 9 sessions and then the 10th session. In 9 sessions we have completed the Vidya Vahini. This is the 10th session. It's a conclusion session. Sairam, thank you very much for all the speakers and the participants who are all regularly attending Vidya Vahini Swadhyaya and Vidya Vahini, going through each and every chapter and immersing and gaining the love from Swami. Sairam, thank you very much. This conclusion session is more like a recap of all the sessions, how we have discussed, what are all the topics we discussed and how we went through it, and concluding that how we have this Vidya Vahini helping us to going ahead and cleansing of our mindset and going through the Atma Vidya. So this is what the intention of the Vidya Vahini conclusion session. Going forward, we will also have a kind of a conclusion sessions for the other Vahinis going forward. We will have separate other speakers also, not only on the moderator side. Sairam, conclusion session, I will go ahead with the first, I have actually divided this overall session into 2 parts. The first part which talks about, Swami talks about more on the spiritual practices and what are all the speech, Atma Vidya, how we need to go through it. That has been section wise, it has been divided. So we will have 2 phases. The phase 1 will talk about the first 8 chapters, which talks about higher learning, knowledge of self, modern education, removal of primal ignorance, spiritual discipline, spiritual preceptors, culture of dharma, and loving service. Thank you very much, Sridhar sir, Vasudha ma'am, who has supposed to be taken care for chapter 3 and 4. And Saroja Krishnamurthy ma'am and Srimati Vijay Lakshmi. Geeta, our sister Geeta, we call her as a sister Geeta. All 4 has taken these 8 chapters. Thank you very much for providing the inputs. Let us go to the chapter wise a recap basically. So Swami very clearly told about what is Vidya and what is Paravidya, what is Aparavidya and what is Avidya. So when we go through this particularly on this concepts, the first one is talking about, so we know this particular process. I'll take a help of laser pointer. Okay. So this is what the regular worldly life, what avidya we go through. The most of the worldly team, people will go through it. We see anything through Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha. We try to learn our Jnanendriyas and Panchatanmatras. We listen through Shabda and then develop some kind of, and it will go through our Abhijatya basically. So if I'm reading a newspaper in particular, say for example, some particular, say regarding to some Pakistan or something, which is we regularly, have a kind of, So such kind of news if we are going through, if we are seeing the Rupa, which is nothing but we are seeing through our eyes, that's newspaper, and then also, or if you are read or you are listening the TV news through Shabda, then definitely we'll go through any of these three things, either Jati, Kula, Vidya, or Dhana, or Kirti. Any one of the Abhijatyas, the pride which we had already, or the hatred we have already. So that particular Abhijatya we go through it, and then we will apply our Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Moha, Matsarya, any one. And then our organs of action will do, the Karmendriyas will do that action. All these things, whatever is happening, is again go into Chitta, which is nothing but all this is happening in the mind itself. A thought has come, which has indulged in these particular things, and then it became again into Chitta, and again you are getting an opinion by using your intellect, that is your Buddhi. And again with your Arishad Varga, you are preparing, you are making our ego satisfying ahankara, basically either it is improving or decreasing with the help of organs of action. So this is how we are going through, and we discussed many times in the previous Vahinis also. So Swami is very clearly telling that whatever you are learning, whatever you call it as, whether it is learning or it is whatever it is. So that is worldly life related to that is nothing but avidya. So if we know avidya, and what is vidya? Discussed. Vidyatu vidya, basically. Vidya, which is taking us, illumining our, basically it is illumining ourselves, taking into light, bringing the light into us, making us mere, atmic oriented knowledge, basically. So whichever is taking us with is, Swami is very clearly told about this. Sorry. The word Vidya came from vid and ya. Vid means brightness, ya means that which hands you. So that which hands you brightness and light and opens your eyes to wisdom is called Vidya. Sorry, so this particular Vidya, Swami is very clearly told, and then we discussed in the first chapter. But to come out of these things, what is the high learning? Keep Swami in every actions, whatever we are doing, in your mind or in your through Gyanendriyas, keep Swami as your filter. When you have Swami as your filter, whatever you are listening through Swami, which we are prayed just now, we have done the prayer. Listening through Swami, be with us Swami, and go with us. I mean, whatever that we are doing, that all actions, if you are having a filter, keeping Swami with you, then every action, definitely we will put into a kind of thought process, and then we will go for that. Even in the mind or when you are doing an action. So all these things, having Swami in our thoughts, then it will become a different approach, basically. Why I should have all these things? What is the things that I should learn? That Swami has told very clearly. There are three types of vidyas. One is, the vidyas is particularly the Paravidya, and two types of vidyas, Paravidya and Aparavidya, where you need to learn to know the Atmic Vidya. Why I have to learn? We will go to a small story. Hope everyone knows about this. You might have heard this also story, both the story and also the inner significance of this story. King and 7 fishes. Most of the Telugu people who are in the 2 states, they are very much aware of from the mornings. And I hope this Kannada and South Indian completely aware of this. As we know that there was a king, who has 7 sons. All the 7 sons will go to fishing. They will bring 7 fishes, 1 fish, and they will keep that 7 fishes for to make it dry. 1 fish will not be dry. Then the king will go and ask, why you have not yet dried? Why this is not? Then this fish will tell, these are all bedtime stories, which everyone knows. There is a haystack, or they can say there is a big grass stack is there. Because of that shade, I could not, I have not done, not dried up. Then he again went into the grass stack, and he will ask the grass stack, why you have not, why you are here. Then the grass stack will say, the cow has not yet come and then I have not yet ate. That is the reason I am still here, because of my shade. Again, this is not dry. Then he went to the cow, and then I asked, why you have not went there and then not, taken the grass? Why you didn't have the grass? Then cow said, I have been tied by the Gopala in my hut itself, so I could not able to go there. Then he went to Gopala. He asked the Gopala, what is the Gopala or cowherd, whatever it say, why you have not released the cow? Why you have not released the cow? Why it went? Then the Gopala has told, mother has not fed me. I am hungry. I went to mother. Mother has not fed me. So she has not given any order to me to go and then release the cow. So that is the reason I have not went. Then the people went, and again king went to mother. Mother, why you have not released? Then the mother has told, the baby is crying. Baby is very much crying. That is the reason I am taking care of that baby. Then the king again asked the boy, why you are crying? Then he said, I have been bitten by an ant. Then king will and ask the ant, why you have bitten this guy? Why you have done? So this ant will tell, but he has kept his finger into my ant hill. That is the reason I bitten him, and he is crying, and all the story it went off back. So it is not right. So in an inner significance, in the Vidwan Sabha, one of the Prashant Nilayam Vidwan Sabha, there is a kind of discussion went on, and there is a Samarpan in Vidwan Sabha. One of the speaker has told about the inner significance in our Prashant Kulwanta Hall itself. The king, the 7 fishes are nothing but 6 Arishad Vargas plus 1 Manas. Though you try spiritual practices, whatever the spiritual practices you do, you can able to conquer the Arishad Vargas, but it is very difficult to cleansing of your mind. Or you can say very difficult to make it dry. Or it is nothing but a cleansing of mind. So here fish is the mind, manas, or we can say mind. Why it has not been dried up? Because there is a huge stack of ajnana. The grass stack is the ajnana. So how this ajnana has to go? When jnana comes in, then this ajnana goes. If the cows is come in, then the ajnana will go. How this jnana will come? If a guru comes and then release this jnana, then only the jnana will go into the mind. So Satguru has to come. How Satguru will come? If the Jagannmata, Mother Sai, if he gives, if you get his anugraha, then you will get the Guru and get the Jnana, and then your mind will get cleansing. In this story, this is the plot basically to start our Vidya Vahini. So here very clear, Swami, with Swami's anugraha, with that only you will be having a Swami as Guru and then getting the Jnana, and then you have to do the cleansing of mind. That is the reason if you put the Swami in a filter, whatever the activities will go, then it will be like, the cleansing of mind will happen. So, but again it comes. So, as per the story, to fulfill this particular area, so why Swami has not given the choice to them? Because someone is already crying. He want to merge in Swami. He has done so much of penance, and then he's doing his sadhana in his regular way, because he want to come out of this worldly life, this anthill. That is the reason he is keep crying, and he has so much of arti. To take care of him, Swami has not released the Gopala to this particular man. So this is a story like this. But when come to this is what basically we need to go through. The cleansing of mind will be when having Swami as our Guru, as our mother, as a filter. Then we will go ahead and get the Jnana, and then clear the Jnana and make our mind. Just taking a kind of like, so why Swami will take such kind of step. Swami himself has told in Bhagavad Gita, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschit mam veti tattvataha. Thousands of people, thousands of thousands are trying to, hardly striving for perfection, reaching for me. Out of those thousands, some of the few thousands are trying to get the perfection. Out of them, only one, amongst those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows me in truth. Manushyanam sahasreshu. There's many people, all the devotees, we are all striving, and then but one, here the concept, the sloka has come as hardly one knows me in truth. That's what Swami has told. He himself has told. So, but the thing is, the cleansing of mind is very much important. So, if we go to the previous slide, though you have Panchatanmatras in control, though you have Abhijatyas, Arishatvargas and Karmendriyas, so your main mind is supposed to be cleansing. Cleansing of mind is very much important. To do that, what's supposed to be done? So this is the story, bedtime story, which has a kind of inner significance which comes through the spiritual way. So to come out of that, what we are supposed to do? We should understand why we are here, and then how I can reach to Swami. We are all blessed that we are already connected with Swami. Mahapurusha Samshraya is also done. The thing is, in a reversible manner, if I say a top-down approach, Mahapurusha Samshraya, Pashutva, Manushyatva, Mumukshatva, Mahapurusha Samshraya. So from there, if you come to down, then we have done the Mahapurusha Samshraya. How we will get the Mumukshatva? How we have to first of all live as a humility, as a humanity, that how to bring built up, and how to erase this Pashutva. So these are all things Swami has very explained in this Vidya Vahini very clearly, how we will eradicate. So what is Vidya? Vidya is nothing but Vidya represents the light and ignorance. Vidya represents light and ignorance represents darkness. Vidya is the one where it will which hands you brightness and light and opens your eyes to wisdom, called Vidya. In this Vidya there are two. One is Paravidya and Aparavidya. We discussed. Paravidya. We'll go with one by one, step by step. The nada which illumine. the aham in antakarana, in karana deha. When you go, if we just do a little step down, the celestial sound which enlighten the inner consciousness, where the individual self is out of senses or samadhi, or you can say atindriya, basically, in the state of that particular. Or if you go into the knowledge was passed through formless supreme celestial guru to the student, which is enriched and confirmed by experience, that is Paravidya. A person who very much connected with Swami, who enlightened himself with his penance, with his sadhana, very much connected, who went into a state where he is completely out of karmendriyas and jnanendriyas, completely is in karanadeha, and able to take the nada through his self inner height, at the heights of consciousness. If he is taking that nada, then that is what called as a Shruti, and that is what Paravidya. That's what Swami has told. In the Mundakopanishad, while he is giving a discourse on Mundakopanishad, Swami told about this. When you are going out of all the state, basically you are in a state where nothing is there with only Paramatma, and then you are listening the nada, basically you are grasping the nada with your inner consciousness, and that is what Shruti. And that Shruti is nothing but Paravidya. You are able to experience the Atma Vidya in that particular state. That is what Paravidya. With that only the wisdom will be coming up for every individual. If you are not doing that process, what next? The same Paravidya has been documented by the sages. The sages shared their experience with humanity in scriptures, so that each one of us could develop interest in the spiritual knowledge of the soul and immerse in that bliss. So the knowledge which has been scripted in form of different aspects of scriptures, we will go to the next one. And then those scripts are Shrutis itself that has been documented, and those scripts, through that scriptures, if you go through it, and then you practice it, do the sadhana, then you get into again the same kind of state, and then getting the knowledge of, that is nothing but again Paravidya. So from Aparavidya to Paravidya will be going. Aparavidya, what is that? That is the scriptures knowledge which will guide you, which will teach, which will give you the complete understanding about the Paramatma, about the Atma Vidya. So that will be that particular scriptures, if you go and then if you experience it, that particular scriptures are, I think those scriptures are Vedas. So again, one more statement: a human being is blessed with the faculty of self-knowledge, and going through these scriptures is Aparavidya. This is the statement as given by Swami in the discourse. So you are going through the self-knowledge, you have the self-knowledge, have the arti, jignasa, and then you are going through the scriptures, and then you are going to connecting with Swami, and then getting the Swami's, learning that particular arti. So through scriptures and then practice. So that is Aparavidya, what Swami has told very clearly. So the Aparavidya is more related to those, but the practice is very much required, which is taking from. In Aparavidya point of view, we have so many scripts. So when it comes to the first chapter, higher learning, now we are coming into the actual subject, basically. So we have Vedas, that is Rig Veda, Sama Veda, Atharvana Veda, Yajur Veda. Rig Veda contains the hymns. Sama Veda contains more like a kind of Gana, basically. see, verbal expressions to praise creation in a song. Atharvana Veda is more related to the mystery of this world and other worlds in the text. Yajurveda collate the formula of the rites and ceremonials. And each Veda is also divided into Samhitas, Aranyakas, Brahmanas and Upanishads. What is Samhitas? Contains mantras and benedictions. Aranyakas, text on rituals and ceremonies and sacrifice. Brahmanas, commentaries on rituals, ceremonials and sacrifices. Upanishads, which talks about the meditation, philosophy and complete spiritual knowledge. So these are all the complete scriptures. Again, we went through such kind of particular picture many times, where Vedas are there, and then where we have how Vedas has been divided, that we have discussed here, and then how it is there, Sutras, Agamas, Vedangas, Upavedas. In Upavedas, again this has Upapuranas, Puranas has Upapuranas, and then Itihasas, Smritis and Mahapuranas. There are various scriptures are there in this, but the Shrutis are Vedas only. So these are all part of the Vedas. So the experienced by the sages who has been scripted, these are all the 4 Vedas. Swami very clearly told Prasthanatraya, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita and Brahma Sutras. These 3 are very important. The people, those who are going through Aparavidya and then having a practice, these 3 are very important. Those are all authentic, that is Prasthanatraya. Through that only your Prasthana towards Swami can happen. So it's very clearly Swami told, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Sutras, we need to go through it. Those who are going through the Paravidya, that's different case. If you are going through the scriptures, please ensure that these 3 Prasthanatraya is there in your studies. Now, we'll come to this is what the higher learning part, where we have in the first chapter we have discussed. In the second chapter, what Swami has told about knowledge of self, Chitta Suddhi, Chekurchunade Satya Vidya, whichever is going to cleansing of your memory and making that you are very clear, that's a Chitta Shuddhi basically. So it's very clear that how your memory or Chitta will be cleaned up unless until its cleansing will be unless until you have a great the activities, sadhana, whatever that you are doing, unless until then only this Chitta will be clean up. Nothing but your Sanchita Karma, your karmas very clearly, getting cleaned up basically. Sorry. So this more Chitta Shuddhi is very clearly that we have to make sure that the memory has been cleaned up, means we should have that much of Trikarana Shuddhi, and then we should go through the complete cleansing of our mind. How it will happen? Just we will take a small story which Swami himself has told about Sukhamuni and Janaka Maharaj. When Janaka Maharaj heard that Sukhamuni is nearby to Midhila Nagara and he is with his disciples, and all the students are with Sukhamuni, and then he is going through. So Janaka Maharaj is very much means like so much of love is there, so much of affection is there. So he want to learn that Arti. So he want to become a student of Sukhamuni, Shishya Sadhaka of Sukhamuni. So he will go along with his the ministers and his convoy basically, and then he will stop all the convoy and he himself will go. And then he will say, he will meet Sukhamuni, and then he will ask, can you please make me the student for this, how many days that you are going to spend here. Please include me as a student. And Shukamuni is agreed. Every day the classes are going on. Janak Maharaj is going to the sessions, and then he is sitting as a student, completely as a student, nowhere as a king. He has not been shown any kind of things, and it keeps going on. And then what happened after a few days? Then one day, Janaka Maharaj became late to the class. Janaka Maharaj has not come, so Shukamuni has told to the disciples, let him come. We will start the class after he comes. It became half an hour. He has not yet come. Half an hour late. 1 hour late. Then has not yet come. Then the disciples started thinking in a different way. Oh, since he is a Maharaj, Swami, since Shukamuni is not, is not starting the class. Then 1 hour is gone, 2 hours is gone. Then also, Janaka Maharaj has not yet come to the class. Still it is late. Then the thoughts going very much, going in negative way, like, is Shukamuni getting any kind of benefits from Janaka Maharaj, or something that Janaka Maharaj has promised to this man, to such kind, any, worldly related things. So such kind of negative thoughts keeps going on in the disciples. At last Janaka Maharaj has come, and he is sitting there. By looking at all the disciples, as Shukamuni has said, and after sitting, Janaka Maharaj sat, and then he is sitting in the meditation. The moment once he sat in the meditation, the Mithila started, fire accident has happened in Mithila, and the fire is completely spreading across the city, across the town. Then the disciples also, some of them disciples also part of the Mithila Nagara. So they are all worried. What is happening there? So large fire is happening. So much, it's keep firing like anything. So then after that, the people, particularly the ministers and other people also came to Maharaj, and then they want to talk to Maharaj because there's so much of fire is going on. But he is completely in the Samadhi Avastha. He is completely with Shukamuni. Shukamuni is also completely in meditation. So everyone is in worry. After a few, couple of hours, then Shukamuni has came out, and Janaka Maharaj also came out of the Turiya, or let's say Samadhi Avastha. Then Shukamuni has told, see, and then the whole fire is on, and the Mithila is as same as how it was previously. So he told very clearly, see, the person should have the seeker must have the Chitta Shuddhi. You should have the particular urge. You should have the Trikarana Shuddhi. You should have the Chitta Shuddhi very clearly. Then only you can able to grab the Atma Vidya. Then only you can able to take the Atma Vidya. So this is one of the stories Swami has told very clearly. So all the disciples, though they are, as if we take back again Manushyanam Sahasreshu, though we have so many disciples, but the person who has, though his kingdom is keep on going, his city completely is on fire also, he is not yet in that particular state. He is completely out of the state where he is completely merged with his Guru. So that's Swami has told about the knowledge of self, Chitta Shuddhi, Chekurchunade Satya Vidya. So if we have that, then what we will understand the truth. So Swami is very clearly telling that the examples here, it is very much shown. Swami says, when a room is kept structurally clean, no snake, no scorpion, no poison bearing insect can enter inside the room. These snakes, scorpions, etc. will be reside only in dark, dirty places. We took an examples basically. For the same reason, when the hearts are dark and dirty, they become congenial resorts to breed poisonous breeds like anger. anything out of Arishad Vargas. So the fundamental requirement to grasp the sublime significance of higher learning, to experience it and to communicate to other only when one's mind is pure and clean. So Swami is very clearly telling that. So how to attain this Chitta Shuddhi again? That question will come. So this is what, like, going forward again one by one. Thank you, Sridhar sir, for giving the great talk on this first chapter. Thank you very much, sir. We'll come to the third and fourth, modern education. See, we will have a interlink on the every concept with our first and second chapters, whatever we discussed, and the story we discussed about it. So this is what, like Swami, we discussed during the third and fourth chapters. When Vidya Vahini program got started, our brother Satyajit went and asked Swami, what is the message that we want to give to the team of Tata Group? And Swami told, always tell them, like always feel that you are working for Prashanti Nilayam and for Swami. So this is very clear. Swami very clearly given that one. Prashanti Nilayam, your inner peace, basically. The peace which it is there in it is not a geographical, it is not only the Prashanti Nilayam which is in Parthi, it is also the Prashanti Nilayam which is in your mind. That Prashanti Nilayam and for Swami. Swami, you always feel that you are working for Prashanti Nilayam and Swami. Then you will be then only we will be having the Chitta Shuddhi or Trikara Shuddhi will come only when we have such kind of things, when we are doing an action, when we are doing our karma in such organizations, any activities, as well as if you are doing at your home also, if we have Swami as a filter, whatever it is in the worldly life, this is what will happen. Drushti Jnanamayam aiti, Srushti Brahmamayam avutundi. This is the third chapter Swami has told. So make sure that your thought process completely is working with working for Prashanti Nilayam and Swami, then you are going ahead. Drushti Jnanamayam aiti, Srushti Brahmamayam avutundi. Vidya Indriya Nigrahamnu Chekurchali. Removal of primal ignorance. So in this chapter is very clearly, these are all the main points which we can talk about. There Swami told very clearly, the entire purpose of the education is virtue and good conduct. Money comes and goes, morality comes and grows. So Swami is telling very clearly about the education. A complete education is that which makes man compassionate. Modern education, current education is is promoting comparison and competition, not the compassion. Comparison and competition, which leads to envy and greed. Don't run behind marks. Swami Telugulo చెప్పేవారు, మార్కుల వెంటపడి మూర్ఖులు కావద్దండి. మార్కుల కోసం వెంటపడి మూర్ఖులు కావద్దండి. So don't run behind the marks and don't become murkha, or we can say. No? So that's what Swami is telling. Discipline trains a person to put up with the disappointments. Lack of sense control weakens the mind, leading to the depression. So we discussed very variously in this particular waves. Mata Parvati, she has done a complete tapas to get Paramashiva. Basically, so Mata Parvati is, as we all know that how she has an enormous love, so much of Aarti is there to her. So she want to reach Swami. So she has done so much of tapas. After that only he accepted and then taken and became an Ardhanarishwara. So the entire purpose of education version good conduct, which means like we should be very clearly, we have to ensure that we are completely with Aarti we are taking care, and we should have the Indriya Nigraham completely. Indriya Nigraham, which means like sense control, we should come out of that. We should get that particular things. So this is what Swami has told about in the third chapter, Drishti Jnanam. So we should be very we should acquire the complete like a commitment. I can say the complete attachment to Swami. When it comes to the Atma Vidya, so Swami very clearly saying that Atma Vidya cannot be obtained through ego. What is ego? False identification is ego. What is false identification? The moment you say we think that it is I am doing, I am making, I am working. The moment this I is coming up, as much as this I factor is there, that is what the false identification. That is what nothing but our it's representing the ego, whether it is a softened part or whether it is a hardened part, whatever it is. So the pride, attachment, envy are the fruits of ego. Swami is very clearly telling in this particular chapter. Eliminate pride and ego, develop detachment, eliminate desire. So we'll come to the next one, which is spiritual discipline. Paramatma Tattvamu Nirnayinchede Vidya. So why have to come out of this ego and all those things? Again, you come like spiritual discipline we should have to come over this particular ego, to learn this particular Atma Vidya. Swami is very clearly telling the spiritual discipline. Philosophy is love of knowledge. Knowledge is the endless treasure of all ideas and principles. Education is pursuit of knowledge. So all these three, Vidya or spiritual knowledge, goes beyond external forms to uncover realities. So Swami is very clear in saying, whatever that you are doing here is through Vidya, spiritual knowledge only goes beyond external forms to uncover realities. We all discussed about this. So much of, like basically, unless until we do this sadhana, we will not experience that. The external form, to uncover the real. Spiritual education is to get degrees and also gain transformation of the heart for the welfare of the world. So automatically our thought process will go for a Loka Kalyana only. It will not stick to our own boundaries. It will go to the Loka Kalyana. So which means it is a kind of creating again the Vasudhaiva Kutumbaka. We will come to that topic. Then it comes to the next one, which Swami is talking about suffering and difficulties. Sow the seed of compassion in this heart. Don't think that in the worldly life, whatever that you are taking, the sufferings and difficulties, these are all only the seeds for your to develop the compassion. Basically, we should have that. We have the example of Kunti, where Mata Kunti asked Sri Krishna, Lord Sri Krishna, saying that, Swami, please keep some sufferings to me so that I can always remember. The next one is desire to see God and to know Him is the best desire. We know that. Sabari completely waited for many years to see Rama and then to have to have Rama at his home, at her home. So we should have the desire to see God and to know Him as the best desire. So these are all things are part of Vidya. Swami very clearly telling them. These are all the points that we need to acquire. Calm and composed with smiling face. As we can take the Maharaja Harishchandra as a, basically, lot of whatever the sufferings has come, whatever the difficulties created or made by sage Vishwamitra, still he took with a very composed and smile. He continued his Satyanishta. So the positive attitude leads the faith and acceptance to surrender. That is the only attitude which can take us to the surrender. Thank you, Saroja ma'am, for giving the great updates on these particular chapters. Likewise, spiritual, these are all the spiritual practice, disciplines, what we have to maintain, what Swami is very clearly telling. To follow this discipline, you need to, the preceptors also. I mean, Swami is talking about gurus. We have our Jagat Guru. Swami itself is Jagat Guru, Vishwa Guru is there. So Swami is talking about gurus. Guru is the manifestation of the divine, one who has experienced Atmic truth, dispels ignorance to reveal the Atmic bliss, one who ensures the spiritual progress. So the person who has a complete understanding about the Atma Vidya, and he should have been experienced it. Swami is the one who has experienced Atmic truth. Then he will be giving the knowledge, sharing his knowledge to the disciples. Then only he can understand his and ensures the sadhaka's spiritual progress also. So for that, what we must have? Simplicity, egolessness, sincere yearning to the direct perception of the great reality. So Vidya Samskaramanu Nerpali. That's what Swami is very clearly telling me here in these sections. Thanks to Saraja ma'am. So the next one which we are discussed are 7th and 8th chapter, that is culture of dharma, loving service. And thanks to Sister Geeta for came up with a nice interpretations and providing the great inputs. This chapter is talking about Manavatvamunu Nerpunade Vidya. Ekatvamuloni Daivatvamunu, Divyatwamunu Vidya Nirupinchali. Ekatvamuloni Divyatwamunu Vidya Nirupinchali. Swami is very clearly telling that people work for Jivana Upadhi, means for living, but we should have Jivana Paramavati, we should have a goal of living. We have taken the two examples of Satya Harishchandra and also Shravana Kumara. They have taken Jivana Paramavati, goal of living, Satyanistha. And he has enormous loving service to his parents, completely the service oriented, his Jivana Paramavati. That is what he has taken, the Sri Shravana Kumara. And Sri Satya Harishchandra has taken the Satyanistha. So have a goal like that, basically. That's what Swami is telling to us. And have discrimination, self-control, faith, devotion, and patience. These are all the medicines which can cure our, basically, to get into the Manavatva and also Divyatva. So these two chapters, 7th and 8th chapters, loving service and and then Swami very clearly told what is that loving service point of view. Whatever if you are talking, if your speech, where you have love in speech, that is Satya. If you are love in action, that is Dharma. Love in thought, then that is Shanti. Love in understanding, that is Ahimsa. Love is the underlying law of the world. As we know, love is God, God is love. Swami always says, Laval Sarval. So, these particular two chapters, Manavatvamunu Nerpunade Vidya, Ekatvamuloni Divyatwamunu Vidya Nirupinchali. So again, we are talking about the next level, that is Mukshatva and Manavatva, basically. From Mahapurusha Samshraya to top-down approach, if we come into that. So if we look into the overall system now, we have Panchatanmatras, we have Panchagnanendriyas, which will are going up. So if we put the filter, these are all the points which will make us to come out of this Abhijatya, Arishad Varga, and related actions by the Karmendriyas, and also the thoughts, intellect, Aham and Chitta will keep cleaning it as long as we do these things. So the cleansing of mind will start and will be going through this. So Vidya Vahini is talking about cleansing of mind and taking care of reaching to the highest point of, basically the consciousness, and then connecting with Swami completely. Atma Vidya, what is the self? Atma Vidya, completely. So to come out of that, what does need to be cleaned up? All these things, basically the mind has to be cleaned up with all these negative points, and these are all the things which whatever we discussed in these 8 chapters are here. Prasthanatraya, go through the patra Prasthanatraya, be compassionate, eliminate pride, pride and ego. Strive for, Swami has very clearly, you should strive for proper ties with God, not proper peace. Develop detachment, eliminate desire, and then you have the spirituality. Desire to see the God and know Him is the best desire. Calm and composed. Education is the path of search. Love and sacrifice, discrimination, faith and devotion. This is the phase 1 which we discussed basically, where Swami is more talking about the Atma Vidya and related how to practice. When it comes to the phase 2, where Swami is in more of, he is getting more, getting into the system, and then very micro level, Swami is telling what are all the activities our activities, how it's supposed to be, in what way it has to be done. With that also, how we can do the cleanliness. With this, how we can do the cleansing our mind. So the 9th, purity of thought, word, deed, need for spirituality. Swami very clearly in this statement is very clearly Swami is telling, Vidya Brahmagnanannaku Vairagyamnaku Punadi. So whatever the Vidya we are talking about, that Vidya is the foundation to get the renunciation and also Brahmagnana. So the love and renunciation, who else we can take an example is our Sai Geetama. So Sai Geetama is more like, we know that the Vairagya what she had, renunciation, and she has back to Swami, and then the enormous love what she has. And there is a one particular situation where, one incident where Sai Geetama has came out on the road, and then Swami want to go to Vrindavan. The car has been stopped. So Swami is, like saying that I want to go Vrindavan, please leave it. No, she has not. Then Swami himself has taken back and then went to Prashantini. So such kind of love, renunciation, and then so much of, like a connect is there with Swami. Swami himself has listened to his bhakta. Because there is no difference has been shown, because he completely taken into this. So if you take so many pictures, whichever is, if you see the pictures, so if you take some of the, examples, if you see, whenever you see the pictures of Swami is with so much of ananda. I feel, my perception it is, I feel, the person who goes out of state, who is in Samadhi Avastha, and whatever the Ananda is saying, he is experiencing it with Paramatma, is none. We are able to see that with our eyes itself, here itself. I don't think so. More than this, something will be there. Of course. This is how when Bhakta is with love, the Swami is so much of Ananda, Paramananda, when he is always. There are many pictures. Whenever Swami is there with Geetama, is so much of love, so much of Ananda it will be there. And it itself is single pointedness is there with Geetama. Completely she is there with, I can say, like complete love and complete faith, complete detachment to the outside world, and has a discrimination of Swami as a Bhagavan and going through him. So here some of the examples, thanks to basically we are coming up with so many examples here. Honeybee, we have, no, like this, thanks to brother, our Satya Karthik for giving so many examples. We should not be like a we should be like a honeybee, not be like a kind of fly, which can go on anything, but bee will go only to the flower and entertain. So likewise, even the single pointedness is a flower, and then thread is the faith, and needle is the detachment. What beautifully explained by brother. Same thing, brother has very clearly explained about Paramapada Sopanam, where overcome from Samsara Sagara, attain Paramapadam, basically. So this is like a need for spirituality. There will be lot of things are there, but when you have a God, Lord is with you, Supreme Lord is with you, then we can reach out to our goal, getting that. And if it is both are playing with Swami, Swami with us, then that is Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha Tatra Sri Vijayar Bhutir Dhruvaminitir Matir Mama. So it's more like this, whenever the Supreme Lord and his pure devotee are present, the light of the absolute truth will always vanquish darkness of falsehood. There can be no other outcome. When Swami is with us, it's nothing but wisdom where we will keep acquiring the jnana and keep cleansing of our mind. Thanks to Brother Satya Karthik. And the next one which we have taken by like Brother Parikshit, which we have, Swami is very clearly pathway to peace, to reach to the Prashant, basically to reach the peace. What is that pathway? What is that we have to do? Swami is very clearly said, Vidya Satvika Sukhamunu Andinchali. Atma Vidyanu Nerchi Loka Dahamu Challarchali. Swami is very clear. So much of penance, so much of activity if you do, then only you will get into that eternal happiness. You will get that. So there are various examples, sugarcane and getting the gold, putting the gold into fire, and then only we will be getting the fire. Then only we will be getting the gold. And after so many cuts only, this stone will become a diamond, and that diamond will be bloom like anything. Saying that's a golden rule has been told. Happiness cannot be acquired through happiness. It has to undergo enormous of sadhana. Then only we will be shined. And second one, which like na sukhat labhyate sukham. So it's the same thing like Vidya Tapobhyam Putatma. Swami told in this chapter, Vidya Tapobhyam Putatma, which is like man becoming divine through Vidya and penance only. It is when diseases are rampant. See, there are so many. So we have so many examples we picked up that time. Say Tyagaraja, say Purandaradasa, Annamaya, Sant Jnaneshwar, Sant Kabir. So say Potanamatya, all are very, very much, they are very much Jivana Paramavadhi. They took Jivana Paramavadhi as their goal of life. They took a goal of life and then they worked for Swami. And Swami is there with him in every activity. For every disciple here showing on the screen has their own physical, experiences with Swami. In their stories, it is very clearly Swami has come and then cleared their doubts, taken their responsibilities and done that particular things. And we are all experiencing in our life also how Swami is helping us. So Vidya Tapobhyam Putatma, man becoming divine through Vidya and penance only, as long as. We're coming to another 5 minutes, we'll go ahead. Unity and diversity, 13th and 14th. Thanks to Vishnu sir for giving the clarity. It was a great, these moments like Swami himself has, we can see his Sai incidents in this session also. So here in this session, in this particular chapters, Hrudayam Ishwaramagnam Hastam Karyamagnam. So it should be hard in your heart. The divine supposed to be there. The Lord supposed to be there. Then, and your hand supposed to be in your work basically. When you are doing the work, nothing but you keep your Supreme Lord in your heart. So we have seen so many examples like our Ramayana squirrel has tried to do that. Basically, Hridayamlo Srirama, and then working in this love. So it's very clear: give up life or give up body. So it's very clearly this, as per the Swami is told in this chapter, like it's more like it's not give up of life. Life is as there with Swami. It's more like it's give a complete understanding of your like with be with Swami, and then you completely this body is for him only. Basically, it's prana, Atma itself is there with Paramatma, and then just leave it. Just what need not to give bother about this. Be in our service of Swami. So, as an example, always we discuss while we are entering into the Parthi itself. Swami will be there. Swami, Anjaneya Swami will be there to showcase that how we supposed to be a Sevadal. What kind of Sevadal, what kind of sadhana we supposed to be done. So Swami has told about in these two, that kind of parishuddhata, paripurnata, sadhinchutaye vidya yokka lakshmi. Your goal supposed to be, your jivana paramadhi supposed to be that. Vidya Lakshmi, మీరు నేర్చుకుని మనం నేర్చుకుని whatever that we are learning, that Vidya is goal of that Vidya is this. So the cleansing of mind will happen. Only this. So Swami is very clear. There is faith in God is faith in Atma. Swami has told very clearly in Bharat, this is the main foundation which is underlining, which is very much interconnected in every heart of Bharatiya. So in Bharata, based on faith, which has been, that faith has been transformed from several ages, several generations. We are carrying that. Because of that only it is this Bharata Bhumi is going like Punya Bhumi, Karma Bhumi. So Swami is very important to promote this, and then imbibe only good from others. This is very, very clearly Swami told. Even by this is a very difficult practice when you go through a daily newspaper or when you go with the daily news channels or something like that. If you go into that the other part of the world, that's it. The trying to get from the good from the others, stopping that negativity in the mind is not that easy. So if we do these practices very much, then we will imbibe only good from others. That's what Swami told about in this. The last three, last but one, but egoless services, compassion, cleanliness, shun jealousy and hatred. Swami very clearly. So thanks to Amarnath sir for giving the clarity on this by giving so many quotations from Swami. Paropakaraya phalanti vrikshaha. Paropakaram idam shariram. Sreyaste Vishweshwaraha. So these are all the things basically like egoless services. We have taken those are all examples basically. We have taken examples of the Sevadal who worked for the sanitary sewage plant where he has cleaned up and everything, and then Swami has given for him as a kind of there is no other. He has given, Swami has given the liberation Punarjanma. There is no Punarjanma from him. That's what Swami has given the blessings. So it's more like a paropakaram idam sariram, more service, egoless services, selfless services, we'll call it as, but egoless service very clearly. And we saw many times in many of the Sevadal activities, whatever it is there. As much as we feel in our every Narayana Seva, always I feel, but again I will reiterate, I'm sorry for repeating this. Narayana Seva, Ashtanga Yoga can be practiced very, very much in our Narayana Seva itself, in the food distribution itself. We are having the Niyama Niyamas, We are having the asanas where we are keeping everyone in one particular systematic queue, or we ourselves are sitting in systematic way we are doing that asana. We are doing the pranayama, nothing but we are keeping in our pancha prana, we are keeping Swami and then we are doing that. And we are having the pratyahara, we have the dharana, we have the dhyana, all that with so much of commitment, so much of love and personally, if we do that Narayana Seva, that itself is an Ashtanga Yoga, that itself is more like a kind of egoless, what you call egoless service. That itself is a penance basically. And Swami has given that particular opportunity to all of us and we are doing him, we are joining in that. If we continue that, that will be a great, great opportunity to us to cleansing of our mind. Compassion and cleanliness, as Swami has told, purity in thought, word and deed. So which, if we doing this Antahkarana Shuddhi also will be done very clearly. And so that the jealousy and hatred also can be cleansed. We don't require those all things. We don't require, we need only Swami. When we have given all the activities to our Swami and then we are going through that activity, though it is office, though it is a home, though it is a service or in our organization activities itself. Everywhere is Swami is there. And the last one is sense control and love and brotherhood. So it's very clear. We have started this with sense control only when we started the first, in this session first, in the first chapter itself, it has been started in that way. So it's very clear we should be very cautious on thought, speech and action. Use speech properly. This is what Swami very clearly told. There is one kind of small story is there, which is talking about more, on a lighter note. Once the tongue has told to all teeth seems like, hey, only you guys are doing so much of work. See, for me, for myself, you are chewing, whatever that I am tasting, I want whatever the taste that I want, that this man is taking, that food is taking, that I am tasting. After my taste only, you are chewing and sending it. You are taking so much of strain for me, but thanks for all those things. For my happiness, you guys are all doing all these things. That's what tongue has told to teeth. Is there anything that I can help for you guys? That's what the tongue asked. But the teeth has told to tongue saying that, okay, you need not to do any help for us, only things. We are doing our job. Thanks for asking. But do one help basically. Please don't utter or don't use all abusive word or don't lose your tongue. Basically, don't talk too much because the other people are saying that because of your talk, they want to break us basically. Means like, they want to break our teeth only. So we don't want. Please control your tongue basically. You can control your. Please be silent. Otherwise, we will be doing our job, no problem. That's what, like, in a lighter note, is a kind of a small, in one of the Samarpan people, one of Richaka has told. So it's like thought, speech and action basically should be very cleaned and then use speech properly and we should be following the spiritual practices as a books. Then only we will have the Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam internally connected and then we will have pure hearts we can go through our Kalyana. I mean, connecting with Swami and learning the Atma Vidya and then immersing with Swami and then Loka Kalyana. All these things will be happens. So these are all the 19 chapters. So if we look into all these 19 chapters, whatever we thought like the Arishadvargas, the Abhijatyas and all those things can be eliminated with all these activities. If you see into the Vidya Vahini, starting from Prasthana Traya to compassionate, eliminate pride and ego, eliminate desire, develop detachment, education is path to search the absolute, desire to see the God and know who is the best desire, calm and composed with a smiling face, love and do the service, discrimination, have a discrimination, faith and devotion, and should be a renunciation. You should have the renunciation because that is the foundation. Single pointedness, detachment, egoless service, cleanliness, love all, follow the spiritual practices, and have a complete sense control, brotherhood. Then if we follow and implement this, and our mind will be, if I go with again the same story back, Sairam, if we go back to the same story, the fishes, so the mind will become dry, or you can say once after applying all those things, then only the mother, our Sai mother, will take we can listen our Aarti that he is coming out of the worldly life and he want to merge. Then the mother will give the whatever that according to her anugraha, we will be having this. So this complete Vidya Vahini gives the complete understanding about our Atma Vidya, how to attain the Atma Vidya and going through the Atma Vidya. This is what about Vidya Vahini. And we discussed on various, in 9 sessions, thanks to the last session has been taken by our Gayatri ma'am. Sister Gayatri has taken care of that. So for all of them, thank you very much for all the speakers and for all the participants for encouraging Vahini Swadhyaya and going through. And then we are now going ahead with Gita Vahini, which we will start on 25th February. Here 18th February is our Mahashivratri day, so we will not be able to go through so we will start the Gita Vahini on 25th February. Sister Gita will take care of the Gita Vahini on first session. Saira, thank you very much for joining the conclusion session and doing a kind of recap for all these Vidya Vahini chapters. Thank you. Brothers and sisters, it's open for discussion now. Sairam, Sundar sir, can you please provide your input, sir?
It was a very, very comprehensive overview of the entire Vidya Vahini book, Brother Mahendra. It was very, very comprehensive and in-depth analysis you have all made. And I think it gives a very different knowledge dimension to the whole Vidya Vahini program. I think it is very comprehensive. I don't have to add anything to this. Thank you very much, Sairam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Sairam Rajshekar sir, can you please provide your input, sir? Sir Rajshekar sir, are you able to provide your input, sir?
You are able to hear me, sir? Able to
yes,
hear
sir.
me?
Now, sir.
Sorry.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Mahendra, for briefing and recap and comprehensive presentation of covering the entire Vidya Vahini. It is immensely benefited everyone, including me. And it is like taking us sailing through all the content of the Vidya Vahini. And it is highly benefited and put a comprehensive revision has been happened by your very good presentation, I can call it. And now this only thing is that we have to put it in practice. All the things that we have done it, we have to make an introspection than the speech. Now, it is only what we have learned is the higher education, that is Atma Vidya. The purpose of Atma Vidya is love and service. That ensures the peace. There is no other go. The worldly knowledge, avidya, that drives us one to the ego and pride and arishad varga, and it creates agitation. It results in ill health, mental disturbance, and ultimately it ends up with no purpose in life. Anybody want to have a purpose of life is only by way of Atma Vidya that ensures pure love, inclusion of everyone, and be in peace. That ensures the Loka Kalyanam. Loka Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. That is the only way that this will happen, shedding our ego and connecting to love, inclusion of everyone, immersing in love, exchanging love and taking love inside, only love and doing selfless service that only pleases Bhagavan. Bhagavan will be with us only if you love others, and when you do selfless service, Bhagavan automatically, he will bless us with his love. That only ensures the peace, and there will be a meaning of life and attains the ultimate goal of every purpose of life, that is moksha. That's all I can say. Nothing more I can add. Everything Mr. Mahendra has covered it. It is the time to make and go in deep and make an introspection and how to mold our lives, how we can exchange love and dip in love, and dip also includes everybody, and they must everybody dip in the love of Ganges and purify ourselves. Sairam, thank you.
Sairam, thank you, sir. Sairam, Brother Prasad, can you please provide your inputs, sir? Anything that you want to share for Vidya Vahini participants?
Sairam, Brother Noah, it's very detailed consolidation. Thank you so much, Sairam.
Sairam Gaud, sir. Can you please provide your inputs, sir?
Mahendra Mahendra, I take this opportunity to thank every speaker on Vidya Vahini. They have done an excellent job and shared very well. Today, the conclusion has been very good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sairam.
Sairam. Thank you, God. Sairam Baswaraj, sir. Can you please provide your input, sir?
Sairam, sir. It was a very neat summarization on all the chapters, providing insights into all the topics, covering entire Vidya Vahini, sir. So, thanks and pranams to all the speakers and the participants in this session. This was indeed a very successful and a very transformative session. Sairam, sir.
Sairam. Thank you, Baswaraj, sir. Sairam Krishnamurthy, sir. Can you please provide your input, sir?
Thank you, Brother Mahendra. And such revision or consolidation or summarization is very much essential for all of us, because we go chapter by chapter, and what really transpired in the first chapter or second chapter, it is very sort of, I would say difficult, but we tend to forget what we have heard in the previous or subsequent early chapters. And that was very beautifully summarized by you. And that, took us back to those speakers who brought so much in detail about all the chapters and the concepts that are provided in the chapters. So it was a wonderful revision from your part, which, took us back to those chapters, and we really, now it's sinking in, I should say, what really we heard or tried to understand to transform ourselves, whatever was there, by this summarization process, what you brought in, it gives us a lot of insight, more insight rather, into it, and we can dwell further and take it forward in our transformation. Thank you, Mahendra, brother. It's a very useful summarization, I should say, and as you did it for the last Vahini, you have done it now also, and I'm sure you'll carry further in the future Vahinis also. Swami bless you. Thank you very much. Sairam.
Sairam. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. The summarization is the main goal of this particular Vahini, the objective of the Vahini. I hope this will be covering That is a reason go went for a summarization, sir, because we are all together. I'm also participant, so all together we can have a kind of a review. What is this Vahini talking about? So that's the reason, sir. Next time we will change the speakers, sir. During Mahendra Bhasyam, we'll have a new speaker for the summarization and closer.
I think it's going fine. Your summarization is absolutely wonderful, and we relish it.
Thank you.
Sairam.
That's my Sairam Amarnath, sir. Can you please provide your input, sir?
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Mahendra. My dear brother, it's a beautiful summary. Starting from the story of 7 fishes and finally, stressing the most important aspect of cleaning the mind with Swami as a filter to attain Atmagnana was a beautiful summary which you brought out. And let me not forget one more very important thing which my friends have forgotten is the beautiful posters, meaningful posters which you have been posting. Thank you very much from on behalf of all of my friends here. Thank you, Mahendra. Thank you once again.
Sairam, sir. It's all, we are all know, like these are all Sai incidences only. Swami only will be the doer, of course. Sairam. Thank you, sir. Sir, Sundar sir, please take over, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Please provide your input, sir.
I gave my inputs, Mahendra. I was the one.
I'm sorry, sir. Sundar sir, I was supposed to call Sridhar sir. Sundar sir.
Okay. Right, Sairam.
Automatically has Sairam. Sairam. Thanks, Sundar sir.
Sairam, Mahendra. My sincere gratitude to Swami that he could give us an anchor like you, who's so dedicated, passionate, and totally involved week after week. You are our motivating force. The summary has been fantastic. So much of effort you have put, lovely slides as Amar's brother told you. Yes, the learnings for tonight in terms of a summary, we should keep Swami as our filter to clean our Jnanendriyas, include Swami in everything. The recall of Prasthanatraya, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita and Brahma Sutra are a must in terms of an orientation if you need to move towards the spiritual wisdom from the material world. If Drishti is Jnanamayam, Srishti becomes Brahmamayam, was again a good recall. To remove the ignorance, to develop virtue and good conduct. Your emphasis on money comes and goes, morality comes and goes. Swami's beautiful saying was a lovely recall. Markulu Kosaram, Ventapadi, Murkulu, you should not become was a very subtle and nice way of putting things, difference between the material world and the spiritual. The Parvati's tapas was a very nice reference. A spiritual discipline those that's required for the Paramatma Tattvam to be achieved was again great lesson Swami has taught us. Seeds for compassion. The Kunti's example, Sabari's example. It's worth taking out as many times as we can. And these are the ones which will really compose our mind and culture our mind. And your reference to Upadhi, to Paramavadi, again, love in speech is Satya, love in action is Dharma, love in thought is Shanti, love in understanding is Ahimsa, is a very important, appropriate recall. As much as that garland example you took to again, discrimination, between a fly and a honey bee. And then also, as Satya Karthik pointed out, and you emphasized again, garland of flowers using the thread and needle to refer to the single-pointedness with faith and detachment is simply your effort. Also, you had presented the garland of summary so well, knitting all the topics together. It is single-pointed attention to all the beautiful small points which Swami has brought out in this entire Vidya Vahini was fantastic. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna Tatra Partho Dhanurdhara. If you have God's grace and if you have your effort in place, success is always assured. And going to the second phase, you beautifully brought about this concept which Parikshit also said about happiness cannot be acquired through happiness, was beautifully recalled. Yadbhavam Tadbhavati, as you feel, so you become. Religion means experience. The concept of give up life, or are you going to give up your body? Imbibe only the good things from everybody was again a nice recall and a consolidation of what we had learned. Your reference to Narayan Seva as an Ashtanga Yoga, I agree with you totally on this. The Narayan Seva really teaches us so much. Only experience can speak for that. And finally, your last example of in humor about the tongue and the teeth, because the teeth does so much good to churn the food and put it in after the tongue tastes. But if the tongue does anything wrong, it is the teeth which is broken, is also very relevant in the material world. Yes, I fully second the entire group's view that it was one of the most comprehensive overview with an in-depth analysis and a new knowledge dimension. Thank you, Mahendra. It was a great evening. I sincerely thank Swami that I could be part of this satsang. Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, Sridhar. Thank you very much, sir. Sai Ram, brothers and sisters. Please go through we have now 2 weeks of time. Please go through the Bhagavad Gita, chapter by chapter. Please read through the Bhagavad Gita these 2 weeks. Let's have a kind of a target for this 2 weeks. The reason is we are going for the Gita Vahini. In Gita Vahini, it is not Swami is talking about by each yoga by yoga. So it's, as we know, like we have different, so many 18 chapters we have in Bhagavad Gita. Swami talks about the major, very highlighted slokas, and he will explain why he has told about that slokas. So that is what Gita Vahini completely. So to go through that, to take that particular sloka, if we go through the Bhagavad Gita first, and then we will go through this, then it will be well and good. Sai Ram, I will share, we will share the overall discourses where Swami has talked about Gita. That we will share on Monday. This, if all go well, and we will share tomorrow itself. If not, by Sunday night or Monday morning, we will give the Swami's discourses on Bhagavad Gita, particularly in 1984, between August and September months, Swami has given those discourses. So the text and the audios we'll try to download and keep in the Google Drive, and then we'll provide that as a Bhagavad Gita. That, please go through it. Please go through the Bhagavad Gita overall, and then week-wise week, we can go through the chapters. So this is a kind of a homework for this Gita Vahini. Please take this homework. Sorry for asking like this. It's It's the Swami's Gita Vahini, Swami's giving a clear cut understanding as why he has talked about Karmanyeva Adhikaraste also. So all these things which we are going through the worldly life is been touched in Gita Vahini and been told. So please take this homework. Reading of Bhagavad Gita in these 2 weeks, both going through the discourses as much as possible for you in these 2 weeks. These are all the 2 things are the homeworks, and we will be coming up with the schedule also, Sairam. Then we will go through chapter-wise schedule for it's a Gita Vahini schedule. So far we have completed the 10 Vahinis now. Sairam, thank you. I don't know what to say. Swami has showing so much of love on us. Basically, otherwise we will not be going through this many Vahinis on his scriptures. I am with my love on my Swami. I can tell only one thing: Vahinis. See, if Vedas has been called as Aparavidya, then what is Vahini? So my perception is this is a kind of Swami's autobiography, or I can say this is the Paravidya which has been written by Swami. Because ages, thousands of years, so many thousands of years, so many sages are doing the penance and listening to the Shrutis, and someone has in the name of Veda Vyasa has been scriptured that Shruti, whatever he captured, and then it came up Upanishads, Puranas, and all those things. But Swami, how he created the universe in Prashnottara Vahini, what is this yoga, what is this Deha, what is this Guna, what is this Panchabhuta, what is this Vishwa, how it is made up, everything he has told. He himself has told that I want to see myself, basically, like as Nannu Nenu తెలుసుకోవడానికి నన్ను నేను నా ఆనందం గురించి నేను ఉండడం కోసమే I himself has taken that I has been departed, and then it is the Ishva. So that itself has been told in Prashnottara Vahini. If we go through, first he has cleared the doubts in Sandeha Nivarani. He has told how he was a role model, Jnana, Brahma Jnana and Atma, the Rama and Sita. How a Bhagavata supposed to be, a discipline, a sadhaka supposed to be, from the birth to womb to tomb, how from Parikshit birth to Parikshit merging with Swami. So this womb to tomb, Dharmavahini, how it's supposed to be. All of this, if you look into it, complete why he created in Prashnottara Vahini very clearly why he created the universe, how it has been created. What is that dharma he want he to be established? Bhagavata, how a bhakta supposed to be, how he supposed to attain and then why he has taken the Rama avatar and how he has been shown as a role model. Here Krishna as a role model. Dhyana Vahini, what other sadhana you supposed to do. What is Prashanti? What is Prema? What is Satyasai Vahini? Basically, what is how it is about, and what is Vidya we have to take care. Now Swami is going first again saying that Gita Vahini, again he is making us to ensure to understand the things. So Vahinis are with my little I can say it's nowhere related to the knowledge and other things. It's with my pure love. What I feel is Vahinis are the autobiography of Swami, who created the universe, and he is telling in each and everything. So many thousands of years, sages are asking so many questions. All those answers he might have given as a Shruti to them, but for us, given in the name of just he written on the paper to ensure that. So it's a Paravidya which came on paper. That's it. That is what I feel, sir. Sairam. We'll go ahead with the Gita Vahini from next week onwards. On 25th February. Sairam. please continue your sadhana on the Vahinis and please participate in these sessions, and then we will have a happiness by understanding Swami's teachings. Sai Ram. This audio files also will be shared, and as per Balasubramanian sir has told, all the Vidya Vahini files, audio PDF files have been saved, and we will be keeping in the Google Drive, and we'll be sharing the link also, so that we will have a kind of reference. And Gita Vahini, Gita discourses also will be shared in the Google Drive. So these are all the things will be done, and please do some homework for the Gita Vahini side. Any questions or anything left over, sir? Anything that we need to discuss now regarding to the Vahinis? Please let me know, sir. Otherwise, we'll close the session. Sai Ram, sir. We will conclude the session with the 3 Samasta Loka Sukhino. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Jai Bolo Bhagavan Sri 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 Satya Sai Baba Ji ki Jai. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Mahendra, thank you very much.
Yeah.